not much to see. I need the key, not the keys, because I have no key holder. I just got one key. This is the one to the house, so that'll be it. If I lose this mini small little thing here, I cannot enter the house anymore. It's butter. There is some butter on it now, but not too much, so I can still give it to someone I know. I was planning to do so because he told me he plays this Swiss instrument, this traditional one, and he plays at a bar in Zurich, which actually still is this kind of, you know, farmers Alp yodel sound. So people sit there in Zurich and they sort of listen to him. And he lives out of here. So, because he gave me a lift 2 days ago, now, me finding this book, I want him to have it because his restaurant is mentioned in there. So funny. There is like only 2 restaurants in Zurich that still play this yodel and, you know, farmers country side sound. And then in that book, from the financial capital Zurich, it tells the story from the author of Heidi. You know Heidi, the girl in the Alps. So the author was living beside the lake in the financial capital Zurich in Switzerland, and it was the poorest district of the town, and it got rebuilt. So while she was writing Heidi, it was so loud in her neighborhood, she tells somebody in a letter. So this letter is included in that book, so you can learn about her not being, the tunnel. You can learn about her not being satisfied about the, you know, hammering and doings and this and that. She tells it in a letter. But while she is in this distress, she writes Heidi. And that's how it is, like when you have hard times and you cannot really endure it without any distraction. That's when people turn to art. That's when people start writing songs or, you know, do sort of, you know, all these artistic things that tend to, you know, kind of, they're not necessary to survive. In normal circumstances, you don't need to write and you don't need to, but it's a lot of fun when you have to forget about your daily life when it's hard to endure as a distraction. Perfect. Then it gets really to be a lifesaver to know about these things like writing or anything artistic. But as I said, in a normal and happy life, you don't need any of these artistic things. because they don't feed you in normal life. You tend to want to do stuff that really is that sort of is a direct path to more food or more money or more shelter or more warmth. That's it. Anything that doesn't contribute to these bare necessities, you don't want to spend energy on. Because if you do so, then you also have to eat more to make it true, right? So that's why I say it's kind of, somehow it is a life savior to do these artistic things. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, imagine yourself living in a tent in the woods and you're doing your stuff. So like hunting or whatever. So you wouldn't you would sing, you would do stuff like that. But not like go to look for paper, write onto it, then copy paste and distribute it. It would just not make any sense to invest energy into, you know, any other material than, as I said, food, housing, clothes, stuff. Hello, this is me and Butter. Butters. I got Butters with me. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm up here. I'm at home. It's just like 5 more minutes and I'll be in my private place. So yeah, I hope. Yeah. So now I got the key in my hand. I'm like, you know, telling you all that stuff about safety, sort of, the keys, not lose them and stuff. And then while doing so, I just put them into my pockets and kind of forget about them. Forget about it. Yeah. I talked like for 2.5 hours with that guy. And now I'm thinking about, I told him his dog, he had this kind of a short, fat, like short-legged, fat bulldozer something kind of a dog. And I told him that one isn't too well equipped to walk. So that dog, to provide a real beautiful life for this dog, he would enjoy being on like a wagon and you kind of drive by bike, you know, so the dog can like have a sniff, but doesn't have to go all these distances, but still gets to see quite a bit. You know, the river and stuff, like in the valley. It's nice going with a dog. So now I'm thinking of sell my bike to him. I don't want it anymore. I want it to like 100 Swiss francs. So next time I'm seeing him, he's about as tall as me. So if he's not as good like with his legs, he has got some kind of a injury there. I'm not really getting it, or it's the medication he's on. But yeah, maybe my bike is too big, because he would have to like really, you know, get some force into his body, like so, to strengthen his muscles and stuff. And he's not able to do so. He's like a putting, like when he walks, he's always a bit slower than me. He's always a bit like, you know, letting him go himself go. So yeah, it would do him a good job to have my bike and be a bit more out, because he told me, it's nice to walk here because of, you know, it's cold, it's dark, and the cool breeze and stuff. Yeah, sure. But he wasn't like walking, he was like walking real slowly. So I was kind of in pain at times. I wanted to move faster, you know. So it would do him a good job. So here, the tree fell off. I guess it was here. Somewhere here a tree was there was a tree, I don't know where exactly, or up there it might also be. Oops. And when there was the storm this week, like 4 days ago, it fell over. It was torn out, the soil, and so I'm almost home. There's no cat waiting for me. You know, I have to get used to that. And also not having a partner during winter time. Not the partner. That special cat. That one very animal. Yeah. So today I was a sissy, you know, not walking up without a lighter, and you don't really see where you're stepping on. It takes ages to get up here. So I would have arrived like at 1 or 2 o'clock, and then getting enough sleep for the street parade tomorrow. I would just miss it all. It takes place like once a year, so if I'm not getting a bit sleep, I've had it this week, like a day ago I had it like that. I wasn't sleeping. I just had 5 hours of sleep, and then in the morning, really early, I started walking downhill to get to Zurich. So I know how it feels like to be a girl. I mean, I know how it feels like to not be too fit, and then to be walking downhill, be in a train. So then to be in a huge crowd and, you know, the music and all of that. I want to be fit for that. And there is also no stars out, so I wouldn't have seen too much. When you search for the place to put down your foot, every step, it takes ages. And even if I walk fast, if I just forget about the pebbles and all, if I just go like a bulldozer, it still takes like 1.5 hours, so it'll be 1:30 at night, like AM. I mean, you can see it's dark. So yeah. It was even more exhausting, the talking, than the walking would have been. I don't really like talking too much. So bye bye.